They landed on a mysterious island and evolved into some of the most extraordinary animals you'll ever meet. The lemurs of Madagascar.
Hi.
Hey,
So, first question I wanted to ask you is what
Sure.
were the challenges that you encountered when filming this one?
And everything is hard in Madagascar. It's just got to be one of the hardest places in the world to work because it's so remote and there's really no infrastructure there. So everything was just so tough. But the hardest thing is, it's working with the animals because, they're all wild animals and, it's up to them, whether they want the shot to work or whether they want to be there on camera. It's, totally their call. So the hardest thing is just, getting our cameras into the proximity to them.
How long did you find yourselves waiting for a shot then, typically?
Well, sometimes days. There was one shot that we did that took us 4 days to do. So there's a lot of waiting involved and just a lot of learning about the animal's behavior and just trying to be able to, anticipate what they're going to do and try to, get ourselves in the right place.
And obviously you've made a few documentaries before this one, most recent of
Yeah.
which is Born to be Wild.
Yes.
What did you learn from those sort of previous documentaries that you took into
Yeah,
making
I
this one?
think the thing that we learned from Born to be Wild was the animals are only going to do what they want to do. That's it. And the best thing that we can do is to really understand what they want to do and try to understand what makes it fun for them and create those circumstances and not try to plan to shoot anything that is going to be unnatural for them.
And speaking of shooting, you're working with an IMAX camera.
Yeah.
This one. What are the challenges and benefits of working with that?
Well, the great thing about an IMAX camera, especially 3D cameras, it really allows you to bring the audience into the animal's world. So you see this film and you are in the rainforest and you are in these kind of boulders and on the cliffs with the lemurs. And that's, an amazing experience to share with an audience. But the cameras are big and heavy, and in order to lift those cameras and get them up into the trees, we need a lot of other even heavier and bigger equipment. So we had cranes and we had all these big towers and hot air balloons with us. So we had a lot of people and a lot of gear, but that's what it takes to move the IMAX camera around.
And you're working with Morgan Freeman again, who you worked
Yeah.
with on Born to be Wild. Does this work without Morgan Freeman's voice? I mean, his voice is so iconic.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else even in mind for
Well,
something
here's
like
the
this?
answer, and I think it's true for our movie, and it's true for pretty much most movies, is every movie's better with Morgan Freeman. So, yeah, he's just a great storyteller and a really brilliant actor, and he, elevates it so much. I mean, the day that he puts his voice to the movie, that's when, for me, it really becomes a real movie.
Yeah. And finally, what is the real deal on this film? Why do you think audiences are really going to love it?
Well, the coolest thing for me about this movie is that we get to introduce audiences to, pretty large, charismatic, amazing, adorable animals. And, it's really rare that you get to do that, to introduce people to an animal that they've never even heard of before. But even like for me, when we made this film, I had never heard of the Indri, which is the largest lemur. And Indri basically moves like Spider-Man, and it looks like Cookie Monster, and it sings. I don't know, you don't want to sing like an Indri. It's an amazing sound, but I don't know that it's so much of a compliment. But even like for us, we got to discover these incredible animals, for ourselves. And so to be able to give that experience to other people is just a really cool thing to be able to do.
Well, thanks for your time today. So I
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
All right.